everybody. So, Louisville game tomorrow. And I'm going to just quickly talk about this game because I haven't got around to it this week. Been working a bunch on my house. And I'm just sitting down for a minute here. Forgive the strange setting and the unprofessional nature of the way I'm recording this video. Usually I have a nicer setup, but bear with me for this week. At least I'm, got four walls instead of a freaking shed or shack with like washing machines in the background. So let's talk about this Louisville game. Going to be streaming it here with our buddy Rec Talk tomorrow. Me and him are going to be streaming from the Sea Dog household, never before seen. Here's your first little peek of it. Looks freaking amazing, I know. And I'm in like the guest bedroom. But it's just going to be a tough game for us. We're at a little bit of a crossroads here. I think, I had said some things about Syracuse and whatnot last week. I happen to not think that they are that good. They play tonight. So I guess we'll find out if freaking Sea Dog's right. But I tend to not think that Kyle McCord is some freaking amazing quarterback like everybody else thinks. And I got tore up for that opinion. Well, in my opinion, I think it was just our defense that played horrible. And a lot of people disagreed. Whatever. The nice, comfy, friendly, tech-friendly freaking theory would be just that Syracuse is just really good and amazing and Kyle McCord's an amazing quarterback. Well, I'm not so sure that's the freaking case, okay? I'm not so sure. Look, if we have any sort of freaking performance like we did against Syracuse, obviously we'll lose. We had no pass rush in that game. Like, what? You're gonna tell me that Syracuse's O-line is like some kind of amazing freaking group of dudes? No, come on. They shut down. I mean, they did, they had their way with us that game. We really should have got blown out. They, shut down our run game. They threw all over us. We defended the run okay, which is crazy because last year we had a horrible run defense. This year it seems like our pass defense is worse. Like we're a little better at stopping the run, I feel. At least over the course of a couple games, that is the case. We've faced a couple of pass-happy teams, which Louisville, I guess they're a little more balanced. Like they have, a couple badass supposedly running backs. So, keep an eye out for those guys. Apparently they, grabbed a couple running backs from the portal or something that are like these big hot shots, and we got to run about that. So I'm not freaking too worried about us defending the run. I'm worried about Tyler Shuck, and he's got all kind of passing numbers. Here's the thing: Louisville hasn't freaking played. They played Austin Peay and Jacksonville State. Neither of those teams have won a game yet. So, obviously they played horrible competition. Also, this is Louisville's third game. It's their first real game of the season. First conference game, everything. It's our third conference game and our fifth game of the season. Kind of crazy how that, winds up being. And you get in the conversation of rest versus rust. Well, in my opinion, at the beginning of the year, you definitely want the team who's played more games has the advantage. Late year, you want rest. Beginning of the year, I think the rust is a little more important. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like rest versus rust, it's like, well, rest versus rust. What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? Come on. So, I think that Georgia Tech has been tested. We've had our weaknesses exposed against Syracuse. We've had 2 weeks to take a look at that, correct it. Now, Louisville does have a ton of film on us. For whatever, if we've left out anything, if we've saved anything, it's time to freaking bring it, right? If our, as far as our play calling, It's time to get creative with it. It's time to freaking turn up because we're already down an ACC game, and Louisville looks like to be a contender in the ACC. So, we'd still, do technically have everything in front of us if we want to compete for the ACC. But, if we lose to Louisville, it's not looking good because they're probably one of the best teams in the conference. And yes, I do think we can freaking compete with them. I think we can compete for the ACC too. But, come out freaking, now we're a game behind. If you get the win over Louisville, you can survive, a conference loss. If you're two one-loss teams, we have to have the tiebreaker over them, over a supposed, contender in the conference. But I feel like it's going to be a tight race for the ACC this year, and being down a game is not freaking great. Of course, we have to freaking go it and blow it after, getting ranked. So, who knows? Maybe we get ranked again after. Maybe us and Syracuse get ranked if we both win this weekend. Who knows? Maybe we'll jump back in at a point in this season. I don't know. I have a weird confidence that we're going to win this game. Like, it's almost like my gut feeling. Because you look at it and it's like, yeah, we've been tested. We've had our weaknesses exposed. We've had this and that. Got more experience. And another thing, we're going on the road against a ranked ACC team. We play like freaking maniacs on the road. Under Key, we play great on the road. And we're 5-0 versus ranked ACC teams playing them. So that's a stat that is not a coincidence, And I think it means something, and I don't know. That's what gives me confidence. So a lot of people picking us to lose. Can't say I blame you. Like I said, my gut says we win the game. My brain says, okay, maybe Louisville wins the game. They are, a double-digit favorite. Again, I think that we play the underdog role very well. So being double-digit underdogs, is something that I consider as a bonus to us. I wish we'd play like underdogs every week, but them, the being, my brain saying that Louisville probably the better team. Yeah, they were really good last year, and they reloaded in the portal, it seems, and they've been looking great this year. But at the same time, I'm talking about just looking at it objectively here. I'm not so sure, that they can, going and blowing out these freaking crappy teams can be super misleading, And what happened to freaking Miami last year, right? They came into the Georgia Tech game 4-0 or 5-0, and they had been beating up on horrible teams all year. And guess what? Jackets punched them in the mouth. They didn't see it coming. I could totally see that happening to Louisville this year. They haven't had their weaknesses exposed. They haven't played a team in the same realm as good as us. And I think that, it can be deceiving when you are watching just them blow out horrible teams. So those are kind of my thoughts. We're going to find out a lot about really both teams. Like I said, Louisville hadn't played a ton of competition, and this will, I think, set the tone for Georgia Tech and our goals going forward throughout the season. Because if we lose this game, you can kind of give up on ACC title hopes. If we win, our hopes stay alive for another week. And I sure hope we win. I think we will. Another stat, myself and Rec Talk are also 5-0 or undefeated. However many games we've streamed together, Georgia Tech games, we've won. We have never streamed a game together and lost. So a lot of streaks that would come to an end there if we were to lose this game. But I feel good about it. I feel like we're the same caliber team as Louisville. I feel like we're two good teams, and And I just hope defense can get their head out of their ass this week, because they play like they did against Syracuse, and we're gonna suck. That was my only concern. My biggest concern coming in the season, was the D-line, and didn't look good last week. But we've seen them play well. They played great against Florida State. Played okay against Georgia State. So hopefully we get some, where in the middle a performance from that. I think that's the key to the game. I mean, offense still not to the point to where we can score 30 plus points a game and carry them on our back. So we'll see. Play like freaking maniacs on the road. So we'll see what we can cook up. And all right, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see y'all tomorrow. And sorry this wasn't my best video, but I just want to get my thoughts on the freaking game out before the night's in. Getting ready to watch the Syracuse game here. So go Jackets, y'all, and I'll see you next time.